All right, we're gonna do it once more. And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still going.
Good afternoon and welcome to Good Morning 30A. I'm Julie Brown.
And I'm Red Vizard.
We are back at the Santa Rosa Beach and Golf Club today, back at our home territory.
Yeah, it feels good to be here.
Feels
Such
good to
a
be
view.
back.
It's terrible. You just can't come out
Yeah,
today.
even though it's freezing outside, it still is beautiful to look at.
It absolutely.
Our first guest today is Celeste Cobina, the soap peddler. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you do. These are absolutely beautiful, and obviously...
And they smell fantastic.
You make everything...
If you had smell-o-vision, you'd know. It's really, really good.
How did you get into this, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, these are all handmade soaps, and I make my soaps in small batches. About 11 years ago, I always made my Christmas gifts. And I originally started out and for years had made handmade chocolates. And about 11 years ago in November, I said, you know, I really don't want to pack on those extra 10 pounds eating all the little tasting and the testing and everything. And I said, I'm going to do something different.
Which has more wax?
This has
chocolate or the soap?
Which has more calories is the chocolate, but there's no wax in
There you
soap.
go.
We can
That's
talk
why
about
I
how
asked,
we do it.
You said that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I said, well, I think I'll make soap. I'd had a book on the shelf. This was before the internet, and so I stirred up some soap, and it was fun. And all of a sudden, you know, I had in January. Tons of soap sitting around, so I started really getting into it and sort of fell into selling it up at the Peach Creek store. I don't know if anyone remembers that store. No, see, yeah. Well, anyway, and Gwen Baker was up there, had her bakery at the Peach Creek store, and I was in there one day talking to Marie, and I said, what are y'all going to do? They just opened, and she goes, well, we're going to see if people want to come in and sell things, and I said, well, you know what, I got a bunch of soap sitting around. So I started there. Then it's just kind of really expanded, and now I'm a couple of places on 30A. We ship out various places.
And all natural ingredients, is that what you're dealing with?
My soap is as natural as you can get.
I was going to say, even something like this, which is really kind of neat and different with the...
Right, and that particular soap has local honey in it and goat's milk, and it's really nice for your skin.
And less calories than chocolate.
Exactly.
It smells good enough to eat, actually.
And one of the things that I do is I name the soaps, like this is Dune Allen Dewberry, we have Seagrove Sunset, and some of them actually have little stories on the back talking about our local area, because I've been here since '91 and I've been involved in some of the environmental issues. This one is actually called Wild Rosemary, which is the plant that grows around here, and when I label it,
in
it gets
everybody's
a little,
yard. And
right, yeah. This is how the soap starts out as a log, because people are always curious, and this is, I mix up my ingredients and pour it into a log, and then I slice it. I've got a slicer that we cut 12 bars at a time, and here's the naked soap, and then
finished product,
and then we dress it up. Yes.
What is the process time from start to finish?
It's you melt your oils. I have to make my sodium hydroxide solution, and so then there's some wait time. I stir it up, pour it in the molds. The next day, generally, it comes out of the mold. I'll cut it if I want to do cut bars, because there's I also sell whole logs.
You do?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And
so
one
a really dirty person.
and I am
lots of kids.
And Yeah, and most of my business is really wholesale. I try to be I'm a niche,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do a whole lot of selling. So one of the stores that sells my products is Patchouli's at Rosemary Beach, and those are my soap logs in there. And then they do some of the.
Then if I go into that store, will they cut it for me if I don't want to buy it? Okay, so that's
right. They cut it for you like this,
and then dress it.
Yeah, and they do their kind of wrapping on it. And also, some of the other stores along 30A that carry my soaps are Pickett's in Seagrove, and then For the Health of It down in Blue Mountain Beach. So that's where, if people are looking for it. And another thing I've been doing that's been a lot of fun is the Seaside Farmers Market. Yeah, and there's
very good segue.
Right, it's just so much fun. And there's a lot of local products there. We've got, local vegetables. There's a lady that brings local chicken and duck eggs. I'm addicted to duck eggs now.
They taste very different.
They have a richer, creamier taste. One thing that I found out was very interesting is they're a lot more nutritious than a chicken egg.
Oh, really?
They actually have like twice the vitamin B12 that you need for a day. There's some folks that bring out fresh Jersey cow milk and butter, and they've been bringing some cheese. There's right now there's not a lot of vegetables because of the season, but there are some people bringing some fabulous greens out. So
it's growing each weekend, correct?
And when is it?
Of the months. It's every Saturday. We don't stop because the chickens and the cows don't stop, so we don't either. And so every Saturday from
we don't need you to produce this week. Okay,
we'll take a week off.
All right.
Every Saturday morning from 9 to 1 o'clock, and it's located behind the raw and juicy trailer there at Seaside.
Awesome.
And Seaside has actually fixed up the place because they've been very happy with us.
They fixed up the place. Like it looked bad for a while.
Well, they planted a few more trees. They've provided water and electricity for each vendor. So
it really is beautiful down there what they've done now.
Yeah. So it's but they've just recently done a little bit more work just to accommodate us, which is really nice.
So they're there every Saturday from 9 to 1.
Correct.
And we can find you there so long as it's not raining and cold.
Yeah, and I'll go down there if it's cold. And in fact, my business is the Soap Peddler, spelled Pedaler, because I've always sort of ridden my bike a lot. And I've got a cargo bicycle that I carry all my stuff whenever I can.
Awesome.
So do my deliveries. I go to the farmer's market as much as I can with I can pack it up all on my bike and go down there.
Just a natural green kind of girl, aren't you?
Just doing it all,
I try, for you.
Okay, so if we want to get in touch with you, whether to sell it, whether to buy your product and sell it, or just to buy your product, how do we do that?
Well, again, the best place to find my products are at Patchouli's in Rosemary Beach, For the Health of It in Blue Mountain Beach, and then Pickett's in Seagrove, or Saturdays at the farmer's market. I don't sell on the web because, again, I feel like you can only do so much. I do have a website that if you want to contact me, it's one that my husband has done, and it's kind of a joint website, and it's www.soapandsong.com.
Soapandsong.com. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, Celeste, thank you. This has been a wonderful experience, and we look forward to getting out to the farmers market and
you made it
talking
smell so good
and
in
it
here.
smells so delicious now.
Okay, great.
So you've been awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and thank you
so
for
much for
having
coming
me.
by.
And I did ride my bike today, so I'm going to pack up my
Yeah, do that.
Good for you.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with a couple more guests. We're going to have a great time. Thanks for watching Good Morning 30A.
Graffiti in the Funky Blues Shack, a restaurant and live blues club located in the village of Baytown Wharf at Sandestin. It's family-friendly with an eclectic Italian menu that offers popular classics while you enjoy the hot sounds of cool blues. Graffiti in the Funky Blues Shack.
Welcome back to Good Morning 30A. Our next guest, everybody probably has seen some of his work somewhere up and down 30A and wherever else, but if you've never seen him in person, and this is a quiz, this is Justin Gaffrey.
Correct.
Woohoo, I got it right. He wouldn't tell me how to pronounce his name.
You wanted to see if you could handle it all
I
by
can
yourself.
handle
See,
it
now,
all by myself.
now we're more professional.
No.
Because you said his name correctly.
Oh, true.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Justin, how are you today?
I'm doing swell.
So for somebody that is, your stuff is everywhere and so well known, your story is pretty cool. Tell us how you started painting.
I was originally a chef, right here, that window right there used to be my office, actually. I was a chef here
There you
for a little
go.
while, for about 5 years. But I was a chef most of my life. Through my 20s, I was a chef. And when I hit 30, I just woke up one morning and realized I could not work 70 hours a week anymore. I had 2 kids and was married and just said, I just can't do it anymore. And I had no idea what I was going to do. I just knew I was not going to be a chef anymore. I love to cook, but I hate the restaurant business.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody, but
It's all good.
It is what
we
it is.
understand. Either you love it or you hate it.
And have you always had an interest in painting, or that was just something that came up when you decided career change?
I've always looked at everything in life artistically. Everything even my food was an
Chef, yeah.
artistic eye. But before then, or during while I was a chef, I built furniture as a part-time hobby. Built armoires and chase lounges, these really ornate, artful objects of furniture. And so when I got out of the restaurant business, I thought, well, I'll build furniture for a while. And I got bored with it really fast because it took like a week to build something. And I realized, coming from cooking, how short my attention span is. Like, when you cook food for people, your gratification is daily. You know, you come in, you prep the food, you serve it, you get your gratitude, everybody's happy. At the end of the day, it's over. You start over every day. And I realized I was building furniture. Wow, it's just such a slow, methodical process that I need more daily gratification.
Awesome.
And one day I was working on a piece of furniture and I started to paint on the furniture. I was like, wow, the painting is really cool. So then the next day I decided to do a painting instead of build a piece of furniture. And basically I stopped building furniture and
And
started
just instantly painting.
Started painting.
Well, and your paintings have so much work in them, though. How long does it
And
take you?
texture.
Yeah, I mean, are those quick things for you, or it's more gratifying to do something like that? I mean, does this still take a week to do, or no? It takes
No, I wish now, in this point in my life, I wish I would spend a week on something, but my mind still does not go that slow.
Hey, it's working for you. I wouldn't worry about it.
Right, no doubt.
So my paintings, really, the style I developed in my painting was very fast. And when you look at my paintings, they're very loose and fast. And you'll see broad strokes, and you'll see them being sloppy, thrown across the canvas and everything. And so when I do a painting, most likely it's start to finish. The whole thing is done from start to finish without stopping. And it could be done anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Really?
Wow. It's amazing.
I just realized that when I would try, in the beginning, I actually was bored with painting after a while because I would work on a painting for a couple of days and like, I don't want to finish it. So then as I just let go,
Kept going faster and
right,
faster.
and as I let go and loosened up, I just, I realized I was enjoying it more.
Now, we get a chance to work with you on this. Tell us how you came up with the process of using the goo.
The goo.
Technical term there.
It is a technical term, and that's what it looks like when you're using it. What inspired? How did that come
gooey.
about?
It is gooey. I make fun of people, tell them it's like marshmallows in there and stuff.
It is kind of
like marshmallow fluff. But it all started in the medium that I started in the beginning was like a very primitive folk art. And like Jimmy Lee Sudduth and Woody, and they did all this primitive folk art. And I said, well, if they could do that, I could do that. And that's what gave me the confidence to paint. This is why I could paint in a very simple, primitive way. Then I got bored with that. I get bored really easy with things.
Up and
We're seeing that. You see that here.
is that enough? We'll see it. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. We'll be right back now.
Okay. So I was in a museum one day looking at a Van Gogh painting. I was looking at the brushstroke of Van Gogh painting, and all it was a bunch of little dots and strokes to make one thing. And before, when I painted in a folk art way, I'd use broad, wide strokes of flat paint. And it was like an epiphany moment to learn. I was like, wow, now I really get it. And now I can evolve from primitive folk art into more of an impressionistic style of painting. So when I went home, started to experiment and just started doing little pieces. Well, the Van Gogh and Monet paintings are thick. They're like this thick, but not like this thick like I do now. And I just, since I was still doing primitive art, I was using house paint. And I just mixed some latex caulk in my paint to get some texture. And this is the reason why the sunflowers were so popular. Now, the very first painting I did was a mimic of a Van Gogh sunflower painting, one of his still lifes of sunflowers. And I did that painting the very day I did that painting, someone came in and wanted to buy it. So
I was going to say, you must have gotten done with that, stood back and went, man, I'm good.
Well,
to see something that different in there.
it's really exciting when you get in a flow and things flow naturally. And that's where I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I sold that one that day. I did another one. Boom, boom, and I have not stopped since. And now
Good for you.
it is such an intuitive flow that everything just flows out. And when you get in that flow where there's no tension, you're not fighting it, and everything just works.
Well, as we can see with the art that we're showing, you can see kind of a storyline and the flow of where you started with that one sunflower, and now the sunflowers have you've sort of kind of left them behind a little bit, and the petals going away from the main part of the sunflower and stuff, and that kind of tells a little story with the sunflowers, and now you've evolved into other things and other, the way that the art goes, and the yellow flowers and the peace signs, and I mean, it's just really cool how you can see as we look at the art, how each piece sort of evolves as a story almost to me when I look at it. That's what I get out of it. That's what I read out of it.
I see a guy who doesn't like to sit very long and just wants to move on to the next.
Yeah, I'm going through kind of a catharsis on this right now because there's even though this is flowing really well, I have these very introspective pieces of work I want to do, which do not sell well. People don't because they don't get it. They don't get it, and they're not aesthetically
very different
beautiful.
from what they're used to seeing.
So those are what really draws me right now, especially when it's really slow. I'm really drawn to doing very introspective work, which has nothing to do with flowers or anything. And
but there's always somebody out there that's going to be a niche for that. Definitely it'll pick up.
There are. They all always sell. It all always works. But the stuff that flows out really easy is, I think the people understand that and they see that, and that's what everybody wants.
Damn.
Just down the road from here, a mile away, 21 Blue Golf Drive. I built that place about 12 years ago. It's my home and studio, the Gaffrey Art Gallery.
And how long did it take you to do the truck up front?
What's that?
How long did it take to do the pickup truck up front?
That was a family affair.
Was
the whole family painted on that truck, and now it's getting ready to evolve into just a big mess of paint. It's just kind of dilapidated.
Well, and you have birdhouses there, which are beautiful. I guess that's when you're building furniture. You build the birdhouses as well. And but you have another studio in Rosemary Beach.
Right, World 6 Gallery. That's Ann Hunter's gallery that I show all my work in there, and that's pretty much I paint between the two. I actually paint in that studio there in Rosemary and the Blue Mountain studio. So.
But there are several other galleries where we can view and purchase your art.
Say that again?
There are several other, like Bert's Gallery. There's several other places along 30A you can look at your art. That display your work.
Yeah.
Would you like to mention them?
You just did?
I guess not.
You just did.
Okay, that's it. All right, good.
Just go to his place.
You're wasting your gum. Okay.
The main studio is the Blue Mountain studio and the World 6 studio are the two main galleries that feature only my work, and there are various other studios that show my work in other cities and stuff. But
if you want to get a good dose of it,
but to get the real experience of how my work is done in both of the galleries, I work in the galleries. You can see the process being done.
People can watch you as you're painting.
You see the mess that surrounds it and the whole
fabulous.
thing. So
it's fabulous.
Well, thank you for coming by and thank you for letting us come by and play in the studio as well.
And we can also see your work at justingaffrey.com. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's in the notes, so I figured it must be true.
It is. I think so.
Well, thanks for letting us into your studio and showing us how you do this.
It was fascinating.
And I'll bring extra gum next time we come tomorrow at 11:30. So.
Wow.
It was awesome. Exactly awesome. So, I wanted to say one other thing too. The first time I actually got to view your work up close, Anne said to me, "Who you said her studio is where you display some of your stuff. Is you can touch it, and you really can. I mean, just go into the studio and you can feel. It does kind of feel like glazed over marshmallows or something. It's really cool. So definitely go visit one of the galleries and touch it. This is a family show. All right, you guys. Justin, thank you very, very much for coming today. And guys, stick around. We'll be back.
Thanks.
Chaos at its finest.
The French Laundry has been right here in this location for 8 years. We do all of our own dry cleaning. We do everything here. We're at 24 Shannon Lane in Santa Rosa Beach, just south of Highway 98 intersection at 393. The French Laundry offers route pickup from Panama City to the Destin Bridge. It's all free of charge. We're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday for delivery and pickup, 8 to 1. We also last year went to an all-green company. We provide an all-green dry cleaning system. You can actually pour the residue from this onto the ground. It will not kill the grass. It is that safe. It's free pickup and delivery. We're located actually just south of Highway 98 intersection at 393.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Good Morning 30A. We are here with Melita Brantley, who is representing Alaqua today. Did I say it right?
Close.
Alaqua. I always do that. See, to me it's Aqua, so never mind. We've been through this. You're here to talk to us about some special pets that are in need of adopting, and a little bit about the organization. And let's start with a little puppy here.
Beowulf. Beowulf. He came to us via a Louisiana shelter, and they had him since birth. He was born albino and
completely blind and deaf. Now he's a Calhoun?
A Catahoula.
Catahoula.
Which
I
they're
have never
very
even heard of that.
Yeah, they're very common in Louisiana, and they're starting to gain popularity here. They're used to hunt wild boar, and so but they also make wonderful household pets. He's a couch potato. He's all of 7 months old.
Aww.
And he's a real sweetheart. He does actually respond to light. If he's outdoors at night and you have a flashlight, he'll follow the light. And he bonds very closely with other dogs. And when we first got him in, we placed him in a separate area because we thought that all the smells and all were going to be overpowering and a little intimidating.
Yeah, but if that's the only sense he has,
right? But like she's saying, that many.
Yeah, could be a little too much all at once. But we only had him in the isolated area for a few hours before we realized he was miserable. He wanted to interact.
His friends.
We had a group of senior dogs that we put him in with, and he follows them around, and he is just loving it. And he has actually identified some of the staff members by smell, and he knows the staff members who have been feeding him. And when they approach the run that he's in, he runs up to the front and puts his paws up on the fence. So, yeah,
he's a special needs dog, as it were. What kind of special attention would a potential family have to? I mean, how are they going to be able to house train him and those sort of things? Is that something you do already, or
house trained now?
Okay.
And are you hoping he's going to go to a home that already does have a dog for that specific reason, that he does have somebody else to bond with?
Right, and that's really what we would like to see, is him go to a home with another dog. At least one, possibly two. And
no, Julie.
I know, no. I promise, honey, I'm not doing it. I promise.
Tim, I told her no, it's okay.
Oh, is he?
But he is precious, and he's very sweet. In fact, one of the pictures here is him lounging on the couch. So he would make a wonderful pet. The challenges would be training, but the fact that he responds to light and he responds to food. So, those are things that you can use in the training process. And there are training, I'm not very familiar with them, but there are training methods where you use touch. I guess kind of a doggy sign language.
Is there someone at Alaqua, I can't say it, Alaqua, who can teach a potential family
we have
those sort of things?
That we can refer them to professionals who can handle that kind of thing. But
so often,
we're learning as we go along.
And these kind of animals, it just seems like, number one, when they're adopted or rescued, they automatically, for whatever reason, to me, seem to make a better pet. They seem to know they're rescued. So I would imagine an animal like this, as hard as it's going to be for somebody for a little while, it's probably going to turn out to be one of the best pets they've ever had.
Absolutely.
Loyal beyond loyal and just a doll. I mean, look at that.
And he's very, very cute. Now, the breed that he is, say it again.
Catahoula.
Catahoula. Aren't they known for having like two different color eyes?
They are.
And because I think a friend of mine down in Key West has one. And I know, it's the one thing I know. I can't say the name, I can't say the name of the place, but I do know that this particular breed has two different color eyes often.
They very often do. And in fact, the one of his eyes that is slightly open is a crystal blue. It's very pretty.
Cool.
So if somebody is interested in hoping giving Beowulf a home, how do they get in touch with you?
You can contact us via our website at aarflorida.com, or you can call 850-880-6399. So,
and you have lots of other animals out there too. If you can't do a special needs animal, there's plenty of animals. Cats, dogs, pigs,
camels,
emus, horses.
Anyway, well, thank you so much for coming out, and
certainly hope we've helped, and maybe somebody out there will be the perfect fit for Beowulf.
Oh, I think so.
Call now. Time, we can't do this all day.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to go pretty quickly. He's only been with us about a week.
Oh, good, good.
That's awesome. All right, Melita, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for coming on and getting it out. We
Enjoyed
appreciate
it.
it. We have one more guest coming up. Stick around and we'll be back in just a minute.
Sunshine Shuttle is a locally owned and operated car service located in Santa Rosa Beach, providing professional airport transportation, charter taxi, and limousines servicing Pensacola to Panama City Beach. Sunshine Shuttle gets you to and from local airports, and Sunshine Limousine takes care of your nights out and weddings. Book online at sunshineshuttle.com or call 850-650-6333.
Welcome back. We have. Should we say we've saved the best for last?
We saved the best for last.
We are joined with Will Donaldson from Kathleen's Cottage, the one and only.
Yes, we've been in business for 10 years and kind of got in it because we had to, moving down into this area. But we pride ourselves on having unique items and stuff that when people walk in your house, they don't say, oh, they say, wow.
Yeah, something different that you haven't seen before. Also a great place for gifts if you needed a gift for somebody or you know, whether it's something little or something
Well,
big.
and we were drawn in because Julie obviously went in at some point, and she came out with a bunch of these. She probably started with one, and then everybody went, I want one of those, I want one of those. And
Every
then,
time I kept going in, she'd go, seriously, you need more?
Right, right. And then it's a purse hook. See, you just put your purse on it, and it hooks right on.
Do it in the front of the table, maybe.
There you go.
Hooks onto your dinner
Hooks onto
table.
your
Dinner table, counters, bars,
so you don't
anywhere.
have to set your purse on the floor when you're in a restaurant or whatever. You just hook it right to the table.
And you can find different ones that fold up and things, and I will tell you, these are definitely the best ones that you guys sell.
And we just keep taking them everywhere. Last time I went to Key West, I bought a bunch, and just because people kept saying, "Well, I want to get one of those." So
it's neat little things like that. And these also, you were mentioning. Tell us what's special about these guys.
These are, we are kind of known as the home of the largest dollar starfish. These are 7 to 9 inch starfish, and we've just been known for trying to keep our prices down and getting some customers in.
And what
trust
better?
me, there's a whole bunch of them and a lot of windows down there.
I was just going to say, you're going to see them in every beach as we already do.
You can see them.
This is, to give an example of your fun and funky stuff that you guys have, this is like so cool. It's a lamp.
It's a lamp.
It's a gecko lamp.
It's a...
I love this guy.
And because of how they've put his feet, you can hang them in any direction you want.
Isn't that cute?
And what we loved about this company is this shade is actual leaves.
Oh, wow.
And,
beautiful.
And this wrap is also
that would look
particles
great in
off
the
of a
second
tree.
bedroom, dear.
So it's all green as well.
It's
That's
all
sold.
green.
But it's actually beautiful.
They come in the natural shades. They come in a green shade and a
I'll
red
have to get a
shade.
green one.
And
Will you like that one?
We actually had a customer come in and purchased 4 of them. She had her electrician cut the wiring and did it into the home wiring.
Oh, now that's
and
a
it
cute
went up
idea.
the stairwell. So when you turned on the light, the geckos were actually lit.
Oh,
up going
how
up the stairwell.
fun
That's
is
a very
that?
cute idea. That's a very cute
That
idea.
has to be somebody who knows how to decorate.
Right. So not only do we have imagination in some of the things we do, but our customers
Do as well.
feed us. Yes. Love when you guys come in.
Are you still selling those bamboo towels made out of bamboo?
Actually, they've been discontinued.
Have they really?
They have.
Oh,
One of
dear.
my favorite kitchen.
They were awesome.
Then you wouldn't like them.
They were awesome.
They're gone.
Yeah,
You
they
can't
were
get them
terrible.
anymore.
It was horrible. Worst thing I ever got there.
So tell us your exact address, Will, and also if you've got a website.
Yes, our website. It's actually in its infant stages, but it is. You can go up and look at some of our stuff. It's Kathleen'sCottage.com, and with K's.
K's.
Yes, thank you. And
Nice catch.
we are 1 mile north of the intersection of 98 and 331 at the south foot of the Clydewell Bridge.
Right across from the old 331.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so if you have a gift you need to buy, or if you've got a new beach house or an old beach house and you need some stuff to add to it, great ideas in that place.
And if you want to take some beach stuff north with you, you know, I mean, and the prices are actually incredibly reasonable. I mean, he'll work with you if there's something, but there's great things you can buy in every price range, and it's just really a fun place to go.
It's hard to walk out without something.
Without something.
Well, thank
exactly.
you.
That doesn't happen. Well, yeah, I'd pay for it first.
Will, what are your hours of business over there?
Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday. We're open from 10 to 5. On Sundays, 11 to 4. And Mondays are our day to collect ourselves and come back.
Everybody needs one.
Do your laundry and
everybody needs one.
We have those days.
Well, did we forget anything?
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
I think we covered it. Will, thank you so much. I'm so glad you came out.
Great to see you,
thanks for having
Thank you so much for coming.
Definitely check them out. It's a really fun place to go. Before we go, we want to thank our viewers for watching us now here on
watching and putting
Channel
up on us. Hi, Bob.
And hi, Bob. Yeah, and Mom. No, she's not watching. Anyway, keep tuning in. Thank you, Santa Rosa Golf and Beach Club, for letting us
continue to have us
here. And
we'll see you next week.
Soon. Okay, good. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you very much, you guys, for tuning in. We'll see you next week.